Thanks, John. Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody to the February 27th River Falls City Council meeting. First thing we'll do is stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Christie, you can have a roll call, please?
Bierstead.
Here.
Bjork.
Here.
Carroll.
Here.
Downing.
Here.
Morset.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
Odine.
Okay, next we have approval of the minutes from the February 13th meeting.
I move approval. Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next we have approval of bills with Ms. Miller.
Mayor and Council, I make a motion to approve the bills in the amount of $8,900,240. Nope,
Let's try that again.
let's try that again. $8,009,242.02, subject to the Comptroller.
Second.
Okay, first and second on the bills. Questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, next move into public comments. If there's anybody in the audience has anything they'd like to say, now would be the time to come forward. Okay, next move on to consent agenda. First we have acknowledgement of the following minutes. We got the library board from 1:08. We have the police and fire commission from 12:05 of 23 and 1:22 of 24. We got the River Falls Housing Authority of 1:10. We got the bid board from 1:09. We got the Historic Preservation Commission from 1:10 and 2:14. Does anybody want to pull anything? I'll take a motion on this.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda 2A through E.
Second.
Mayor, I have a question.
Yep.
This is for the Police and Fire Commission, so Chief Young. I saw in there, and so I'm going to admit I didn't read the whole thing of the their bylaws, I think is what was in there. But I saw in there that there was some discussion around how we do psychological evaluations. Was that correct? And could you explain that a little bit more? Or did I misunderstand? Is it psychological evaluations, or is it like counseling for officers when they're dealing with hard things? I just wanted to check on that.
Oh, sure. It's for pre-employment. That's one of the conditions of employment.
Okay.
Once an offer is made, that they are then presented with a psychologist who does that pre-employment determination if they're able to do the job.
Okay. And then after they're hired, they still have access to counselors. Like if they had a bad call or something, they just needed some help with processing things, they have access to that too as well.
Right.
Okay.
Regularly, we bring in therapists for debriefs, is what they're termed.
Okay.
And also quarterly, that's part of their assignment, that every 3 months they'll sit down with the therapist for an hour.
Yeah, it's a really tough job, so that's good to hear. Yeah. That was all my questions.
Okay, any other questions? First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Next move on to the Comptroller's report with Mr. Bjork.
General funds revenues through the end of January were $1,131,869, or 8.3% of the total budget of revenues for the year. Revenues in January included state aid for streets, general property tax, and zoning and development fees. Expenditures through the end of January were $1,021,013, or 7.5% of total budget expenditures for the year. As of January 31st, 2023, net revenues over expenditures were $110,856.
Okay, thank you. Next, I have a couple appointments I'd like to put in front of the board. I'd like to reappoint Jolene Larson to the bid board to fill a vacancy through December of 26. And I'd like to reappoint Gary Horvath to fill a vacancy through October of 26 on the Board of Appeals.
I move approval of the mayor's appointments.
Second.
Questions, comments?
Before we adjourn, I'd like to say one thing.
Got to vote on
Yeah.
that.
Oh, you know.
First or second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
Just real quick, I want to make sure we all know that both boys and girls hockey teams are going to state this coming weekend. So good luck to the Wildcats and the Fusion. So that's pretty neat that we have both high school hockey teams going to state.
All right, move to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.
This was supposed to be 2023, it was supposed to be 2024, and I said 2023.